Here's your daily updates. Newsman Dennis Daily offers his take on the events of the day in another daily video blog.
Hi, and thanks again, everybody. There's a great article on CNN's website this weekend about the 70th anniversary of the movie Casablanca. If you haven't seen Casablanca, I don't know why. It's a complicated story of an American bohemian named Rick who ends up owning a tavern in Morocco, who had met a girl named Ilsa Lund in Paris, and then she walks back into his life unexpectedly after they've been separated for a while. During that separation, Ilsa was about all that Rick thought about. But she's back.
Of all the joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. Hey, what's that you plan?
Oh, just a little something of my own.
Now, stop it. You know what I want to hear?
No, I don't.
No, you played it for her, you can play it for me.
Yes, boss.
And the song, as time goes by, will always be linked to the movie Casablanca. At one point, Ilsa, who has walked back into Rick's life, tries to get some pieces of paper from him, letters of transit that would allow Ilsa and her husband to get out of Casablanca to safety in Spain. She pretends she's still in love with Rick and tries desperately to get those letters of transit.
Rick, please help us. If you don't, Victor will die in Casablanca.
Well, I'm going to die in Casablanca, too. It's a good spot for it.
All right. I tried to reason with you, Rick. Now I want those letters.
A gun, Ilse? Is that really a gun in your hand?
Where are the letters?
Right here in my pocket.
Put them on the table.
Uh-uh.
For the last time, put them on the table.
All right, go ahead and shoot, Ilse. You'll be doing me a favor.
Of course, Ilsa does not shoot Rick, and he agrees to eventually give her the letters of transit. But they are intercepted by Captain Renault, Louis Renault, who is Rick's friendly enemy. At the airport, it is Rick who surprisingly tells Louis what names to put on those letters of transit.
And the names are Mr. and Mrs. Victor Laszlo.
Rick, why my name?
Because you're getting on the plane.
I don't understand. What about you?
Yes, what about you? I'm staying here.
No, Rick, what's happened? Last night you said...
Last night I said I'd do the thinking for the both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to just one thing. You're getting on that plane with Laszlo.
I won't leave you again, Rick. I won't.
Listen to me. Do you have any idea what you would have to look forward to if you stay here? We'd both wind up in a concentration camp. But it doesn't take much to see that the problems of two little people, well, they just don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Someday you'll understand that.
And so Ilsa says goodbye to Rick and with her husband gets on the plane to freedom. But Captain Renault is still there with Rick, and earlier he had called the German Major Strasse, who will put an end to all of this. The surprising conclusion of the movie generates one of the most often quoted movie phrases of all time.
You know I'll have to arrest you, of course. Yeah, as soon as the plane takes off, Louis.
Renault.
Oh, I may still win my bet, Rick.
Renault, what was the meaning of that phone call?
Victor Laszlo is on that plane.
No, stop him! What are you standing here for?
Because Monsieur Rick has a gun in my stomach. I was willing to shoot Captain Renault. I'm willing to shoot you too, Major.
Are you crazy? Guards! Guards!
Don't call anyone, Major. I'll shoot.
I'll stop it myself. Wait! The plane must not take off! The plane... What's over here? Did someone shoot? What are you doing?
Oh, Captain Renault. Someone has just shot Major Strasse.
Oh!
Telephone Lieutenant Cassell immediately. And tell him to round up the usual suspects.
And so Major Strasse is dead, and Captain Renault does not implicate Rick. Instead, both he and Rick decide it might be best if they both got out of town.
It might be a good idea for you to disappear from Casablanca for a while. There's a Free French garrison at Brazzaville. I could be induced to arrange your passage.
Hey, look, you still owe me 5,000 francs.
5,000 francs should just about pay our expenses.
Our expenses?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I guess you've noticed by now that wasn't Bogey and Bergman and Claude Rains. It was Alan Ladd. Hedy Lamarr and Edgar Barrier in front of a live audience. It was the Lux Radio Theater, a CBS program that ran for 20 years in which great movies were done in a 1-hour form live with no chance to fix the mistakes every Monday night. And when they did Casablanca, at the last minute, they couldn't get Bogey and Bergman. Really interesting to listen to a classic movie with a different cast. By the way, for most of the years Lux Radio Theater was on radio, the great Cecil B. DeMille was the director and the MC. And I used to love the way he ended every show.
This is Cecil B. DeMille saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Yes, I used to love the way DeMille said Hollywood. Sometimes he really dragged it out. So a little surprise there to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the classic movie Casablanca, as it was done on the Lux Radio Theater. I'm Dennis Daly with your Daily News Update.